sabes que con unos mensajes a tu novia puedo destruir tu relación. Y ahora va mi venganza. I'll share some. How much do you want? I sell them by the pound.
You're not the only one popping in the family.
No, mi hermano es el del talento. He's the real artist here.
You have him. We have him here today. Well, let's bring him up.
Let's bring him up.
Welcome to the channel again. This is FFC Studios, episode number 13. We actually have a very special guest today. You guys have seen her en todos los bailes, en todos los promotionals. Ha estado en muchas de las tiendas de tejanas, de ropa, pacharros, de todo lo que sea, right? Y la han visto, es famosa en Instagram, TikTok, para los que no saben. Pero quería presentarles a la tejana, Lupita, para los que no la conocen. Pero muchas gracias por haber aceptado la invitación. So, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to FFC Studios.
Thank you guys for your time and por la bienvenida.
Of course. I know for a lot of you guys who don't know her, she's somebody who has gone and does a lot of big things actually with brands, con event centers como Pico Rivera Sports Arena, y es la segunda casa, ¿no?
Es la segunda casa.
Yeah, y pues para mucha gente que no la conoce, ella está en social media, hace mucho de lo que es bailes, hace promos y hace muchas cosas con su vida ahorita. So it's really nice to see, we bring a lot of male figures here on this podcast that have done all types of things, but it's also nice to see a lot of female figures that are making things happen. So para todas las mujeres en la casa, I'm glad to see que se están superando.
Sí, poco a poco ahí vamos.
Right, pero ¿por qué no le cuentas un poquito a la gente de lo que haces, de lo que ya llevas años haciendo y pues mucha gente te conoce, pero también hay mucha más que todavía no?
Pues sí, para la gente que todavía no me conoce, como me dijo, y me conocen como la tejana, pero pues mis amigos y las personas cercanas me dicen Lupita. Yo empecé con social media hace como, 2-3 años, pero ya en este ambiente de los bailes y todo eso ya llevo como unos 5 años. Empecé...
Desde los 21.
No les digas mi edad.
No, pues digo desde los 21 días. I'll go.
Okay, play it off.
Mark will edit that.
No, sí, de hecho empecé como camarógrafa. I was always behind the camera. Siempre detrás de cámaras. Le sacaba fotos a las modelos, las grababa para los videos promocionales. Pero les voy a contar de pues cómo empecé yo en el ambiente. Yo era camarógrafa y en uno de los eventos una de las modelos le quedó mal al señor del evento. No era en Pico Rivera, era en el Orcas. Y allá en San Fernando Valley, que es como así. Y ya pues el señor le dijo, ¿sabes qué? Dile a la Lupita que se ponga para hacer ese video. Yo como que bien paniqueada. No, yo no sé andar enfrente de la cámara. Yo estoy detrás, behind the scenes.
I think we're all like that. We're all like that.
Yeah, and, I was like, no, the models are like so pretty, con su vestido, sus tacones. I always wear jeans and boots. I'm a Western girl. Y I was like, I can't, don José, me da pena, pero pues no, yo no le hago para eso. Dijo, no, mire, nomás aprendas este párrafo y hágalo. Usted nomás dígalo y ya. Lo único que tiene que hacer es aprendérselo y decírselo a la cámara. Y yo, ok, pues ya ni modo, ¿verdad? Y me tocó la parte del jaripeo, porque cada una tenía asignada su sección de VIP, que de bottle service y etcétera. Dije, bueno, mínimo me tocó algo que sí sé, el lienzo. Y ya después, en 20 minutos me aprendí el párrafo y ya mi amiga me grabó. Pero yo de nervios le dije, bueno, vamos al lienzo, porque pues no, aquí está raro. Y yo estaba como que, hola a todos, bienvenidos acá, tenemos este evento esta fecha, parten los boletos, bla, bla, bla. Pero yo no estaba así como las modelos posing, because I was nervous. Y ya le dije, oh my God, I messed up the video, like, but it's okay, I don't know this. Y el señor lo vio y dijo, me gustó. And I'm like, what? He's like, sí, porque tiene gracia, no nomás está ahí parada como una mona, usted se mueve. Sí. Y le dije, don José, o sea, la verdad yo estaba nerviosa. No estaba, o sea, porque tenía experiencia.
Por los nervios.
Yeah. Y ya de ahí, pues, me agarró que yo fuera la de los videos del jaripeo. So, ya hice todos los videos del jaripeo. Y eventualmente, ya no trabajaron ahí las modelos. Y me hizo que yo hiciera todos los videos de promoción. Y I kind of started becoming the face of Orcas. And then, después un día me dijo, ahora quiero que entreviste a los artistas. Y yo, ay, Dios mío, otra cosa que yo no sé.
Yeah.
Pero ya entonces ya tenía más experiencia enfrente de la cámara, pues por grabar los videos.
Yeah.
Pero igual no iba a ser lo mismo grabarte tú y decir, ay, no, otra vez, y otra vez, que estar con el artista y es una toma y ya. Porque siempre están como que ya tienen que subir o ya se van. Y de hecho, pues mi hermano me ayudó. Porque me dijo en un evento de Ramón Ayala, y yo, no manchen, el rey de las acordeones y lo tengo que entrevistar yo.
Yeah.
Y
Estuvo bueno ese entonces.
sí, y luego así que dije, bueno, tengo mi teléfono.
Yeah.
Era el iPhone 6 en ese entonces.
Jeez, throwback.
I know. Y le dije a mi hermano, pues hay que rifárnosla. Me grabas con el teléfono y le pregunto lo que sea, porque yo no sabía qué preguntarle. Y a mí no me gusta preguntarle como cosas de, pues, problemas, porque se estresan o a lo mejor no quieren tocar el tema. So yo le pregunté, ¿y qué tortillas le gustan? ¿Hechas a manos o las de maíz? O sea, cosas así. Y yo entrevisté a la cámara, al teléfono. No volteé a verlo al señor ni para hola.
Yeah.
Y era porque yo tenía nervios y yo no sabía cómo entrevistar, pues.
Yeah.
Y a la otra entrevista sí me dieron unos consejos. Y Vero es la mamá de los gemelos de Sinaloa. Ella es una persona con la que me ayudó también a empezar en eso y me daba consejos como que, es que tienes que mirar al artista y luego a la cámara y viceversa. Me daba tips. Ya fui aprendiendo, después de invertir en una cámara, ya estuve que me la rifaba, ya que, ok, ya nomás dígame a qué artista quiere y a quién no. Y ya así.
¿Y cómo fue esa de con Ramón? ¿Cómo pasó eso? ¿Qué fue el outcome?
No, pues se subió el video, está en YouTube.
¿Ya?
Pero
¿Dónde lo pueden hallar para verlo? La Texana Volume 1.
No. Era en un YouTube que tenía yo hace mucho que, o sea, subía cosas y así, ya no subí, ya no lo activé. Pero ahí están todas mis throwbacks.
Hey, si la quieren ver y no la pueden hallar, por favor, manden un comentario. We'll make sure we throw that
Para
in there.
revelarles el secret YouTube channel.
We'll bring out the iPhone 6.
Back to that before the 4K quality.
Right.
Y sí, o sea, después, ahorita veo el video y dije, no manches, o sea, al señor ni lo volteé a ver, el señor a veces me volteaba a ver a mí y a la cámara y yo acá como que frozen into the camera.
Yeah.
Pero uno aprende. Y ya después, pues por lo del COVID y todo ese rollo, cerramos y ya me metí a social media más, como todos, ¿verdad? En el tiempo de COVID, el social media kind of blew up. And
all generations, man. Everybody.
Yeah.
My mom got a Facebook.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
I still have a Facebook, and my friends bully me because they say that's for señoras.
That's Mom, you're not a señora, but if you're watching this, we love you. Pero
I'm a señora too, then. Y ya, pues, me metí en eso de los bailes. La gente me conoce porque me encanta bailar la banda, los corridos, los guapangos, que se baila mucho eso allá por donde somos de Aguascalientes. Y San Luis Potosí, todo ese rumbo, pues.
yeah.
And I made a separate Instagram from my personal one because my iPhone did not have that much storage because I was too broke to buy the upper storage one, the higher storage. And so I was like, okay, I need a place to place my videos where I don't lose them and I can just keep them forever. And so I made another Instagram. Y ya, pues I started posting my dancing videos and my pictures from when I went to the rancho. And the big pages de bailes, like, would get them and then post them, and they would go viral. And they would tag me. So when people would see, like, the tag person, they would go to my profile y veían que era puro de rancho. And I guess they would identify themselves with that. They started following me.
Es una de las nuestras, decían.
Yeah, exactly. Y como pues antes así no era... Ahorita ya, yo he notado que ya está más allá arriba lo de la ranchería y todo eso, pero allá en ese entonces, it was kind of barely at its peak. And I grew up, in the ranch and here.
And it was more of a boy thing before, I think.
Yeah, it was. There wasn't many females doing that, mostly. So I started doing that, and then my dancing videos kept getting viral, and then people were like, oh, when's your next video? And I was like, what? People actually like this? For me, it was just like, ay, primo, vamos a bailar en el escenario, que nos graben. Y bailamos y lo subo y ya. No era de que, I want to do it because of views.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was going to get views,
Yeah.
And then followers started going up. And then I when I got the K, like the 10K, I was like, oh my God, people actually like the lifestyle. They want to keep up with it because a lot of the comments were like, oh, you remind me of my hometown. Like, qué bonito es estar allá. Like, oh, me acuerdo cuando yo hacía eso. like all ages, not only, the people from my age.
Yeah.
And then that started going. And then some brands would be like, hey, can I send you a shirt? Can I send you some jeans, whatever? So then the fashion came into place in my Instagram. So I would, just take pictures, cute outfits. And people started liking how I dress because I dress a little different from the girls here because, I have a mix of Aguascalientes, Texas, and California.
Yeah.
So then that came into place. And then followers kept coming. And then the videos for, like, the promotions for the bailes. Like, oh, help us with this and, get your entrance or whatever. I was like, okay. Y ya también se incorporó de los bailes. And slowly but surely, it's been going. It's crazy though, because I never thought my spam page would go into like a viral page.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you would say that you started, you built up your account, y es cuando ya empezaron las brands más que todo, los bailes y todo. They were reaching out to you, or was it you were reaching out to them as well? How was that process initially starting?
So the brands, when they reach out to you, it feels kind of nice because you're like, I'm doing something right that catches their eye instead of me trying to, kind of
reaching out and Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. That must have been one of your biggest like
wow moments.
Yeah. That's awesome. ¿Y qué ha sido una de tus más grandes inspiraciones you've been doing this? Like, who keeps you going? ¿Quién te inspira? ¿O qué te inspira más que todo?
Honestly, my family. Because every time I upload something, they'll be like, ay, Lupita, ¿cómo estás de loca? But I know that they're saying it because they're proud that I'm not embarrassed to show where I come from or, what I do. So I know that makes them proud to an extent. Obviously, this is something that I didn't expect. My actual career is in the medical field, physical therapy. So the fact that this is kind of coming up, it's like, oh, I get to show the world my background, not just who I'm going to be.
So would you say it started más que era como lo que hacías para divertirte tú, ir a los bailes y todo, y se volvió algo más que puedes hasta como un negocio ya? Es un negocio. Pues todavía estás persiguiendo tu career or you left that, or what's the plan? What are you doing?
I'm actually still going to school. I'm finishing up my prereqs to get into grad school, si Dios, next year. And that's another 3 years to finish the doctorate.
So what do you see yourself doing in the next couple of years? Do you see yourself finishing that and working in that, or do you see yourself en los bailes de todo el mundo?
That's a good question. I actually asked if you would have asked me that last year, I would have been like, grad school, 100%. Now, the past year, there has been a lot of changes and stuff going on, just not only with social media in my life, that I'm just like, where am I going to next? Both of these routes are good routes, and they're both kind of spiking up the same. So now I'm in, like, how am I going to handle grad school, but at the same time, keep this going? So it's something I'm still kind of trying to figure out, but definitely I'm going to keep going for that doctorate because that white coat is my goal in life.
That's awesome. Has that been something that you've been like, who inspired you to go down that route, or why that route?
Well, I honestly wanted to be a fashion designer. But my mom was like, like all Mexican.
So many categories.
She was like, come on, be real. There's a lot of competition in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
For you to be actually rich with that, you need to be like Gucci, Prada, all these high-end brands. And I'm like, whatever. Me tumbó el avión, pues, como quien dice.
Mamá, si estás viendo esto, come on. Come on, Mom.
And then I took high classes in high school, but my bio class, I passed it because in the practicum, the last exam, I got the highest score where you had to identify like the body parts of like the rats and stuff. And that brought me up to a C minus. So I passed the class.
Hey, that's better than I did. So just that.
And I ended up majoring in a science degree. So that was kind of like, okay. But I wanted to get into physical therapy because of my grandma. Before she passed away, I took her to her PT appointment one day. And the nurse the physical therapist was like, oh, pásate si quieres. There was nobody else. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I went in and I was like, oh my God, this is interesting. Like, I didn't know physical therapy existed. So
what were they doing? They're just ayudando a la gente a caminar, a estirar, a todo
Yeah,
eso.
she wasn't in a walker, but she can barely walk. You needed to hold her hand so she can walk.
Okay.
So I was walking with her, and then the PT obviously was like, "Oh, I got her." And then they were helping her do some exercises. The PT was like working on her like muscles and everything. So I was like, "Huh, that's interesting." I wouldn't picture that there's equipment and exercises in a doctor visit usually expect to be medicated or something.
Sit down in a chair and that's about it.
Yeah. But she was being so active, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's moving, she's getting stronger. And then I was like, okay, es una cosa to see and read about the career versus actually go on and live with the daily life of a PT. So I volunteered at my local hospital, St. Francis.
That's very smart. And shout out to San Francis.
Yeah.
I was born there too. My mom works there, so ahí estamos.
My brother was born there too. I'm the only Texan in the family. But I volunteered at St. Francis, and I requested that I only be with the PTs because that was my, interest. And they were nice enough, and they just kept me with the PTs and the OTs. So I was the only Spanish-speaking aide there. So everybody always wanted to take me everywhere. So I got to experience stuff, that regular volunteers wouldn't. And I fell in love with it. Just seeing how you can literally bring someone back up to their feet was so cool. You would see them post-op 6 hours, and you would have to get them up after knee surgery, but that's because they need it. Or if they had like a wound because they got shot in their spinal cord and they were trying to get their mobility to walk again, we would help them. And after several stuff, you would see them like advancing and so grateful. And I was like, damn, that's something you feel that's unique and you can't explain it.
Yeah.
So I decided to stick to that. So when I was in college, I went as undeclared because I didn't know what I wanted to be. Yeah, after my first semester, I was like, okay, I want to go into PT. So I went for kinesiology. Yep, I stuck to it. And till this day, I'm sticking to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like it's funny because a lot of us, unfortunately, growing up, we're not taught. We're always asked, "What do you want to do for a living? What do you want to do?" And we all, and I think that's the biggest. I've had this conversation so many times, but that's the biggest. I think a lot of, if you look at our family and like the older people, the older generations, a lot of them are unhappy and are not maybe fulfilled in life because they went down just one path, not knowing how it really was.
Yeah.
And most of us are taught, what do you want to do for a living? Go down that path instead of like seeing, okay, what interests you, trying it out, maybe doing an internship, volunteering, do something to see what it really is like. And I think that's the missing piece for a lot of people, because I know there's a lot of people here that are going to be watching this that are young, that are maybe soul searching, what do they like, what they don't like, and it's important. Go volunteer, go try things out.
That is honestly one of my biggest advice. When people ask me, or my followers or close friends,
I'm
like, always volunteer and see what their daily life is, and see if you
100%.
see yourself that being your life. Picture it as if that was your life. Do you
100%.
want it, or do you want to do something else?
And or do you want to live like that?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people have different goals, but what I've learned from my mentors is you gotta kind of have to pick the life you want to live.
Yeah.
And then what kind of incomes can get you that kind of lifestyle, and then miras qué opciones tienes.
Exactamente.
But that's just words of advice from here for you guys, because at the end of the day, these are things that hopefully you've been down that same path from what I see, and that's why you're passionate about what you want to do, because you have already experienced it at least. And
yeah.
A lot of people unfortunately haven't gotten chances, so hopefully this will help them at least. Don't be afraid to work for free.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid to. I feel like too many people are not in that position right now, or like in a different mindset. So that's a whole different conversation. We'll leave that for another story.
Yeah, in the long run, it's kind of like you're saving yourself time, even though you're investing that free time per se. Because I know a lot of my colleagues from college right now, they're going back to get a different degree that's not related to the one they graduated with, because they're like, you know what, this is not what I expected.
Yeah, 100%. And that happens all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But going back to, of course, now that now obviously you're going down that path for school, and you're doing this on the side, and it's turning into a business. It's turning into something much bigger. Like what kind of videos are you focusing on now? What kind of videos are you thinking of putting out next, or what are you going to stay to that kind of content, more of like just la vida, disfrutando la vida más que todo.
Honestly, now I do try to post my baile promotion content in a way that it's not just a spam where you just see my page is just full of, oh, she's announcing the next baile. And I'm leaning more towards the medical aspect of it. I want to include my career a little bit more into it because a lot of my followers do tell me like DMs. I try to go through my DMs when I can, and they'll be like, oh my God, like, your posters, like, I'm interested in being that field. I'm going to be a nurse, or I'm going to go into, this kind of school. What are your advice and stuff like that? So I feel like followers would be really interested in kind of knowing that aspect of myself and like professional wise. Because obviously la vida me gusta disfrutarla, bailo, but también I want people to know that other side of me, that like I'm actually going towards something. No nomás es pura fiesta y puro relajo.
¿Es not? ¿Todo el día?
No.
Man, no, that's cool. And that's true because I feel like probably a lot of people see your page and they're like, man, está viviendo la vida.
La vida buena. Sin saber todo el estrés que traigo.
Yeah, last time when we were talking, estabas hasta doing house cleaning y todo.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully it's true, so hopefully you let us know. Hopefully it's true she cleans the house.
I'm about to do what my mom used to do. You better say yes.
That's funny. Hey, y para la gente que te está siguiendo, right? All the fans, like what would you like to say to them? I know it's been a long journey, right? They've been following you for many years, a lot of people, and
yeah.
What are some things you'd like to tell them? I know there's times where maybe you post up and you're posting up flyers, you're posting up maybe un baile, un promo o algo. But do you ever get a chance to interact with the fans? Or
yeah, honestly, I am very grateful for every one of them, even though I don't know them. Pero gracias a Dios, I've been able to meet some of them in person. When I'm in Pico or even in Mexico, they'll go up to me and they'll say hi. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm more excited to meet them than they're excited to meet me because I fangirl. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Let's take a picture. Y así. And honestly, even for the people that I haven't met, just the messages they send me sometimes. Obviously, you'll get all kinds of messages, bad messages and stuff. But I really appreciate the good messages because they take their time. They don't know me in person, but they describe me in a way that I'm like, you guys actually know me. And sometimes when I'm feeling down and stuff, it's like, oh, this person, I don't know them, but they just made my night. They just made me feel better. In like a little grain, but it makes a big difference. So I really want to thank all my followers and close friends from the very bottom of my heart for always being there. And I hope nice. I get to count on you guys with some of the new things coming up.
That's awesome. No, and that's very true. A lot of people, I know this is a subject that isn't touched too much, but of course, like mental health is something that's, everybody just sees online all the nicest, best snapshots of people's lives.
Exactly.
But it's not like that in reality. And how does somebody like you that, I mean, everybody probably thinks you're always having a great time and always fun. Life is perfect.
Yeah.
How do you deal with like the downsides of life?
Honestly, it's tough. I personally like to take a flight to Mexico and just go for the weekend, go ride my horse, just go hang out with my family over there with my friends and forget about, the world for a little bit and then come back and kind of restart. But when I'm not able to do that, it's definitely tough.
Like a weekly, a monthly?
Monthly.
Monthly thing? Okay.
Pero aclarando, no tengo dinero,
One vacation a month.
Las vacaciones a Aguascalientes están baratas. Because Aguascalientes is not a state you really hear about, Most of the time when you're in the baile, arriba Jalisco, Zacatecas, Sinaloa, but, Aguascalientes isn't a really big state.
Let's not forget Michoacán, guys. Michoacán. Throw the M up.
But see, so it's definitely tough because people don't see the nights I spend studying. On average, I'm confessing, you guys, I sleep 5 hours a night because I'm either up doing homework, studying, editing content, having it ready for the next day, running my errands, doing this and that, and I don't really know.
So you're not just sleeping in and then just making a video and then going back to relax?
I wish. When I get a personal assistant, maybe I can afford to do that.
Soon.
Ya que sea rica y famosa.
Soon. No, because I mean that's a lot of people, they look at influencers, they look at people in the backside and they think, man, they're just chilling. They just have somebody record a video for them.
Yeah. And it's tougher because I do everything myself. I don't have like a PR or a manager or nothing. Most influencers and stuff do because they're big and everything, but I do everything myself.
What are some tips for people to manage their calendars with everything that you have going on? What would you suggest if somebody has a lot of things going on? How does somebody manage their calendar?
Go old school and write things down and set alarms for everything. Alarms have honestly been one of my biggest things because I'll set daily like, oh, at this time you have to do this. And I'm like, oh man, it's almost time. And then that notification does not go off your phone until it passes. So it will bug you.
What if you just snooze? No snooze?
No, it still pops up on your phone. That's like the first thing. It doesn't go away until the time passes. So it keeps you on track. And I'm a very old school person. So I always have sticky notes and I write it down. Like, oh, to do this week. Yeah.
Ya oyeron. Sticky notes and alarms.
Yes, sticky notes and alarms.
That's awesome. No, because you seem like a very busy person. You have multiple things going on. You always have a project here, a project there, right? And
Yeah.
¿Y cómo agarras la energía? ¿Qué le recomiendas a la gente para la energía? Porque dices que duermes 5 horas al día nomás.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know.
¿Será el cafecito?
El cafecito a lo mejor. I don't like soda. I don't even really drink, caffeine stuff. I stick to water or aguas naturales or orange juice. I love orange juice. Maybe it's that vitamin C. Pero I don't know. I guess I just motivate myself and be like, okay, always have that envision in the future present. Si no, you lose it and then you lose yourself.
And what's that vision for you? Where do you see yourself being in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years, I would go more to 5 years. I see myself, obviously, with my doctorate degree in physical therapy, ya con mi propio trabajo en un hospital, because my goal is to work at a hospital. That way, back in my hometown in the ranch, I can open my physical therapy practice. I wouldn't want to open one here because I'm such a busy person. I see myself more working at a hospital, having my own practice in Mexico, which I can go and check up every month, because in my hometown, the closest physical therapy is like 30 minutes away. Like all those little ranchitos around us don't have a PT place. You see the elderly with, sticks de un árbol as canes, and they don't have most of them don't even know what a physical therapist is. So I would like to kind of offer that for all the ranchos around, not just mine. I see myself with my practice and with a job here. So
no more videos.
Who knows? I need a dancing partner that actually dances, because a lot of the times in the bailes, nadie baila o no saben. So I'm just like, mejor no grabo. Yes. Tienen la maña.
Muchachos, nos están fallando.
Están fallando. Vas a los bailes, you see the girls dancing with each other. Like my friends and I sometimes will dance because todos los guys nomás van a estar parados y tomar. I'm like, vienen al baile, no a un concierto.
Muchachos, pónganse las pilas.
Neta.
Leo, si no, compa Leo, ahí te jalamos al baile.
¿Sabes bailar?
Te jalamos al baile.
We're taking him to the next Pico event.
Ahí está. No. Pues nos están quedando malos. Hopefully the guys, I'm sure there's a lot of guys watching this that do know how to dance. So
I never say no. I mean, I only say no if you're super drunk or if you're like a older guy that's probably my dad or grandpa that's trying to hit at me and ask me out to dance in that way. Because that's creepy.
¿Cómo de cuánto está el límite? ¿Cuánto es el límite?
De 28.
There's an inside story to that one.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean,
Sorry, all the 30s and up. Ya valió madre.
No, but honestly, like if you're someone that's really like comes in a respectful way, ask me to dance, or some like that, I'm like, okay, let's go dance. I don't really say no to anybody. I'm not like gonna be there, because a lot of my guy friends are like, no, vamos a bailar, vamos a sacarla, y no quiere, y nos volteamos y está bailando con otro. And I'm like, well, you gotta ask in a way where they'll be like, okay, let's go.
They don't know how to overcome rejection, entonces.
Yeah. So they were like, we're just not gonna dance. I'm like, one girl out of the whole baile said no, and you're gonna stand there. Come on, you're killing it for the rest of us that want to dance.
¿Qué les dices a esos muchachos? ¿Qué tips les tienes a los muchachos para cuando vayan a los bailes y quieran?
After the 10th rejection, give up.
A su madre. Okay. 10, huh?
10. The amount of fingers you have. So you become 0, be like, okay, I'm done. So, like, just keep asking. There's a lot of girls out there, a lot of my friends that are always like, dude, nobody asks us to dance. So we just dance with each other. Come on, guys. Se van al baile a bailar. No nomás a parar, si no fueran paradas.
Paradas, no.
Para eso váyanse a la estación de camiones.
Damn. Mic drop. That's funny. Y no, y me imagino, en todos los eventos que vas, haces videos con... Do you ever do like videos with public con la gente que está bailando contigo randomly o solo son planeados los videos?
No, honestly, they're never planned. Sometimes I'll meet someone and then they're like, oh, I follow you. I'm like, okay. And then I'll just grab them to dance y ahí armamos ambiente. Or sometimes I'll meet people and ahí nos agarramos ambientes. I'm very open to meeting new people and to vibing with anybody that like wants to vibe. Pero yeah, most of the time I'm just running back and forth, making sure, I record the right things, and I make a lot of TikToks with my friends at the events.
¿Qué tipo de TikToks haces ahorita que tú crees que están pegando mucho? If somebody's trying to start a TikTok, somebody's trying to start this kind of like algo similar en el estilo de que les gusta la diversión.
Memes, relatable memes that people can relate to.
Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, I did one this past weekend with Código FN, where the song is like, Hoy voy a pistearme allá con mi gente. The PODS.
Yeah.
And as the caption, I put, when your mom says, ahora a dónde chingados vas? And it's like, I'm going to go party with my friends. But we're singing it, so it's like a meme. So stuff like that. Because honestly, I used to do like the little dances, pero como que ya se quemaron mucho.
Ya valió los
and I do more of like the memes. Dancing, I do more like for like dancing.
Okay. Ya, porque sí hay mucha gente que mira tus videos, los inspiras y quieren empezar a su propio canal, quieren hacer algo similar, so.
Yeah. Si necesitan un shout out, DM me. I'm always happy to like post someone up. Even if you get 1 follow, 20, 100 followers from me, hey, something is something.
That's right. No, and I'm sure you get a lot of those positive ones, positive reinforcement, gente que te manda, porro y todo. Y what about all the haters?
All the haters.
¿Qué tienes que decir con toda esa gente que nomás está en las redes? I love to call them phone warriors.
Phone warriors. That's a good word. That's a good description.
They're behind the phone and they think they're at war, but that's the only place they are.
Yeah, honestly, that kind of mentality needs to change. Like I was telling you earlier, you're never going to be on top, You're always going to be in the middle because there's always someone looking up to you trying to be like you, and you're always looking at someone trying to be like them. So you're always in the middle, and people that are always trying to like hate on you and stuff, they're not even in the chain at that point for me. Pues.
How do you deal with people like that?
I just don't deal with it. Honestly, yo ni me molest. I don't even see the comments. I don't even read those messages. Like, you can see a little sneak peek. I don't even open them. Pero honestly, there's this one video that I did after one of my surgeries with my friends that I got over 1 million views because of the hate. That's where I'm like, okay, keep worrying at that video. Keep the
como
work
dice mi
going.
compa, cualquier promoción es buena promoción.
Exactamente.
Okay. Cuéntanos más de las surgeries.
So,
porque yo sé que you're very open about that.
Yeah, I'm very open about the surgeries because, why I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, this isn't, like a natural nose or, no. I have a highlight on my page that says cirugía that I documented my whole lipo, and one of the nurse was so on my case because she's like, are you seriously going to record this? I'm like, yeah, I want people to know what it's like, what you feel, how you look. Because people are like, oh, she got surgery, but they're used to seeing the outcome, the nice figure, like the perfect body. And I'm like, no, you're very beat up and very swollen and very ugly before that.
Parece que saliste de WWE.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got run over by the train, man.
Little choke slam on The Undertaker.
Got beat up, a couple red, purple eyes.
Man, how was that process like? What led you to want to do that?
I had already gotten a lipo, pero yo no me cuidé. So when you get a surgery, like a lipo done, and you don't take care of yourself, you gain weight 2 times as fast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it is true when they tell you take care of yourself. What you eat is 80% of the results, and the rest is exercise. Obviously, I exercise because I dance a lot. That's cardio.
True.
But yeah, todos mis viajes a Mexico, las salidas, que los tacos, que like hot Cheetos, like I have a very big sweet tooth, and I have a weak, ¿cómo te diré? My weakness is chips. Me gusta la gusguera.
Oh boy.
So I went for a second round, and this time I'm like taking it much easier. And
don't open the drawer behind you. Just don't open it. Just don't open it.
At least not in front of the camera, you know, because then they're going to be like, I thought you said take care of yourself. It's going to backfire on me.
I know. We like to take care of our people here. So
so yeah, everything went well. You guys want to check out the whole process? It's on my highlights.
What made you be so open about it? Because I know a lot of people, that's one thing that they, you know, in the times we live in, that's like, ahorita ya no se sabe. Right? Ahorita no se sabe qué es qué. Or at least guys like me have no clue.
Yeah.
We don't pay attention to that, but we see online and there's no honesty about that.
Yeah.
Everything is supposedly, you know.
Natural because van al gym y todo ese rollo. Yeah. Pero no, why I decided to go like public about it was because when I wanted to get a surgery, there wasn't very much information out there from personal experience. Obviously, the doctors will put out, oh, this information, that, but they're surgeons. They want you to do it. You know, they'll give you the best part of it.
Yeah.
But like I found very little people that actually share their personal experience and stuff and vlogged it. So you know what? In my world, in like norteño and all like that stuff, not a lot of girls want to go out there and, you know, show themselves in the ugliest state. They just want the final result. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to show it. I don't care. So yeah, after I started posting about my surgery, I didn't tell anybody I was getting it done. So the day of the surgery, I was in my stories, hey guys, so guess what? I'm getting a surgery. I waited till the day of. And then my interactions, my views, and my following started like skyrocketing because people wanted to keep on track on like, oh, how's this process done? Yeah. And I was like, I'm open to questions. I was in recovery. I had nothing to do. I was literally laying down. So people asked so many questions. Oh, how was the pain? What did you feel? What did you do? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, it's nice to share it so I can answer that question to that person that I didn't have someone ask when I was getting it done. That's kind of what made me kind of put it out there. Like, I know there's people that want to get it done, but they don't know what it is. They just know the results.
Which one has been your favorite so far of all the surgeries you've done?
Ay, pues qué te diré. Yo me he cirujado todo menos las orejas.
Damn.
Maybe my lipo because I got like a slimmer waist than the first time, even though I gained twice the weight from the first one.
Mm-hmm. Those hot Cheetos, man.
Oh my God, I know. I had a bag last week, but let's not tell my surgeon that because he will get on my case. ¿Cómo se llama? Doctor Sergio Jaime en Aguascalientes.
Si está viendo esto, discúlpela, señor. I'll make sure she doesn't need another bag today.
I know. I did a live with him yesterday, and people actually go on the live and ask questions too. Ya, pues, aparte de los procedimientos como que yo no me he hecho, tienen la oportunidad de preguntárselos. There's people like, oh, like, what about age 66? I want to get a lipo. Or if I gained this much and I lost this much, can I still get it? Or I have this. So that's a chance for the followers to ask the surgeon, something that I can't answer. So I still want to give them a chance to get informed without, obviously, you know, my experience.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What do you think has been the most difficult one you've done so far? Ya nos dijiste la que te encantó, pero pues, ¿cuál fue la más difícil?
My nose. Definitely my nose. I got my nose done 2 times this year.
Okay.
The first one, oh my gosh. It wasn't the surgery itself. So, you know, the way they apply the anesthesia. They put like 2 needles in your nostrils. You know when you take out little hair, it hurts? Imagine a needle going inside your nose. And then on this side, and then here, and then here.
Se están asustando allá atrás.
Yeah, and I was like, todavía no me ponía nada. I was like wide awake. And they were putting the anesthesia. And I was like, oh, heck no. Like this, I was like, I'm off. Like, I'm just kidding. I don't want this anymore. Pero ya que ya tenía la, you know, this, like the needles. And it was like 4 points. And then after it got numb, but I was still conscious. So only numb part was my like nose.
You're brave.
So I closed my eyes, obviously, and I can feel how they were breaking my bone and todo ese rollo limando. And then I was like, oh my God. That was the worst one. And then he made it more narrow, but I wanted it like, you know, it was straight and I wanted a little dip. So I was like, you know what? I want another one, but sleep me. Sleep me for sure. Like, sédame. And I paid a little extra for the different type of anesthesia, but I was like, I don't care.
Sedation is the best. Full sedation.
So that time, you know, it went through the IV, and they're like, count to 10. I count to 2.5, and I was gone. I woke up with my new nose.
That's it.
Yeah, but definitely that nose one was the worst.
Damn.
Pero todo por la vanidad.
Toda la familia mía y todas mis amistades que me conocen, they know that my mom works at a hospital, pero yo ni me piso ahí en esos rumbos, porque si no me desmayo.
No.
I was just talking about this, I'm already starting. If I wasn't sitting down here, no, pues tuviera canija la cosa.
Drink some more coffee.
Yes, the coffee will wake me up. Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's an interesting experience.
Yeah, so girls, if you don't need it, I got it done because vanidez. My sister got hers done because she
Vanides, help explain to the non-Spanish people vanides.
Oh, because just because you want to look good, just because you want this image or whatever. Yeah, if you don't need it, you don't have to go through that horrible experience. I mean, it's a good outcome because I like my results, but definitely I would have double think that if I would have known what was going to happen like that.
Do you regret it?
The surgeon told me, but I was like, oh yeah, it's nothing. Once you're there, it's like, oh yeah, it's something.
Damn.
I don't regret it, but I'm glad I got the sedation.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Is it just me or have you noticed though lately? I sido muchos guys too.
Oh yeah, most
guys started getting surgeries lately. I think the last 2-3 years, it's been more open at least.
Yeah, actually, most of on my surgeon's page, I was looking at the nose jobs he's done, and most of them were guys.
Oh really?
So I was like, dang, I want to see more girl results. I want to see how they look. I still have to post my before and after. I'm sorry, guys, I owe you that picture a month ago, but
can we get it for our podcast?
Yeah,
for our viewers.
I need to find it on my phone.
No las manda so that way if they want.
Okay, then I'll send them to you.
Up. Hey, Mark, note down the time. We're gonna make sure we add this. We'll throw up the picture there.
Okay, you guys.
First peek.
First peek at my before.
FFC Studios.
Yes.
That's crazy. And seeing what you've done, did that give you more of a push to want to continue that medical route, or like just did that? I know it was different, obviously.
Yeah.
Pero all the behind the scenes, being able to help people, like you were saying, just get up for the first time, but then also be able to help people customize themselves however they want to. Is that like more of a push towards you wanting to go down the medical field, or?
It is. It is definitely more of my route because I like that feeling of people being satisfied. Whether it's because of how they look or because they got back into their normal lifestyle, or at least as normal as possible. It's ¿cómo te diré? It's a recompensating feeling. Mm-hmm. That you're like, dang, I did something for someone and I impacted someone in a good way.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's very cool. ¿Y piensas algún día maybe hacer más de esos tipos de videos como dijiste que estaban pegando mucho? Or,
like surgeries?
Yeah.
Like I don't plan to get any more surgeries. At least not right now. No. When I have one condition. When I get married, when I find my lucky person,
that's your answer, guys. If you were asking, as you guys were asking on the questions, there's your answer.
Yes. If I will say yes if you agree to, have me get a mommy makeover after I finish having the kids.
That's a fair request.
Yeah. And then I'll keep up with it with Jim again, but
Jim's Burgers or Jim the Gym? ¿Por qué? O las dos?
A little bit of both.
That's funny. Y yo sé que haces muchos collabs. Lately has hecho también muchos collabs. Ya dijiste con Código FN. You do like all types of videos and collabs.
Gracias a Dios, I've been doing a lot of collabs. Some people have been reaching out to me and we've become friends and created like a good friendship.
Yeah.
And others are like, I never thought I'd be collabing with, for example, Rieleros. I absolutely love their music. They're my number one. I grew up with listening to them with my pops.
Those are the jams.
They have to play at my wedding too.
Start saving, muchachos. Start saving.
With Los Parras, with Laberinto.
Guerra de músicos.
Yeah, so, I've known them for a couple years, some of them, but others I've met this year and we've become like nice friends. Like not close, but friends where we're like, oh, hey, what's up? When we see each other at events and we collab and we do TikToks, they're like, oh, next time we come, let's do another TikTok. I asked them for the first one most of the time, but then the way that I see the results and the views, they're like, hey, let's do another one next time. I'm like, okay. So it's nice to build that friendship through little memes, per se, that you just do for fun.
Yeah, I guess that's a question a lot of our people ask us, more along the lines of how do you get collaborations? Like if you're as a person growing your social media, ¿qué es lo que les recomiendas a alguien to get more collaborations, get more exposure? ¿Qué les recomiendas?
Honestly, just ask things in a way being yourself, not in a way that like business or that you're going to get an advantage of it. Something that benefits both parties. Because I always ask for a TikTok and stuff, but the fact that they tell me do upload it as a collaboration, it's like, oh, okay, then, you saw my page, you saw my interaction, and you saw that you could also benefit. So it's more like a win-win versus like, I'm doing this because I want the followers, I want the ratings.
Do you think you need to have a lot of followers to be able to get collaborations with people, or?
No, honestly, most of the artists are very humble, the ones that I've met. And if you ask them for like, oh, como un saludo, hey, saludo para tal persona. And if you tell them, hey, let's do a TikTok. Because sometimes the people don't know me. The artists don't know me. I don't tell them who I am or my Instagram until after the TikTok. And they agree to it. So honestly, just have the confidence and just say, hey, I would like to do a TikTok with you. Most of them will always say yes.
And how do you come up with your ideas?
I don't know. That's just, I guess, I wasn't blessed to be a singer like my brother, but I have creativity.
I heard you have some voice in there.
No.
I heard. Maybe we'll get a little preview later, but I heard you have.
No, ¿sabes cómo me escucho yo? Como esos pollos amarillos that you used to see at the swap meet that you squeeze. That is how off track I sound.
Oh, man. You know what they made those based out of? Out of my singing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were born first, so I agree.
That's right. I am older.
No, pero sí. What was the question?
About the TikToks, how do you get your ideas?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It just flows. I hear a sound, and I'm like, okay, this quote just came up. Or sometimes I'll save
like
sounds.
a sound on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll go through my feed, and then I'll see like a TikTok and a sound, and a person made one. And then I'm like, I save it because I have an idea that I can remake it a little different. So I do it. So sometimes I'll get ideas off of other TikToks and most of the times it's just in the moment. It just comes up to my head.
Well, tell us a little bit about, I know you mentioned it to me the other day, but tell us a little bit about that experience with you in the bathroom and then the TikTok that came out of that when you came out of the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. That was actually funny. That
TikTok did pretty good.
Yeah, so there's this this bathroom in Pico Rivera where it's basically in like the lounge room, I guess, where all the artists hang out before they go on stage or after they get on stage. Yeah. And it was empty. The door was open. There was nobody but just like one person on the couch, and he was doing his own thing. So I always go to that bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and then when I came out, the door was closed, and then like el grupo estaba ya dentro, and it was like, whoa. Like, they didn't expect me to come out of the bathroom, and I didn't expect them to be there.
¿Cuál grupo era?
It was Código FN. And then they all kind of looked at me, and they were like, hey. And I was like, oh, hi. I was like, that's awkward, Like, I just came out of the bathroom. You guys are getting ready for your show.
Ya todos que vayan a ese room van a estar buscando en el baño. A ver si está Lupita.
Yeah, so then after I was like, you know what? They were all chilling when I came out of the bathroom, they were closing the doors so that, the fans didn't go into to go take pictures because they had just gotten off stage.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let's do a TikTok. They're like, okay, let's do it. So we did that TikTok and we uploaded it. It's the one, that's like, ¿a dónde vas? It's aquí con mis compas a pistear. And yeah, they were really nice about it. They're, for example, a good example of someone who they didn't know who I was. I just came out of the bathroom. I could have been, one of like, just a fan.
Could have been Juvenal. Hell yeah.
They would have been like, hey, Juvenal, let's do a TikTok. Te lo piden a ti.
Hey, you know what? Grupos, por favor, humildemente aquí, por favor.
Pídanselo.
Pídanmelo.
Al cabo no se niega.
Le doy cualquier plataforma que quiera.
Yo pensé que le ibas a decir, le doy cualquier cosa.
No, tranquila, okay. Lupita. This is coffee. That's for the weekends.
Every day. Pero sí, like they were like, yeah, let's do it, Y luego, I was like, why don't we do it with their voice? Oh, voy a pistearme allá con mi gente que toque Código FN because the audio has another artist. And they were like, yeah. And
did they have one of those audios on?
No, we were going to make it live. And then they opened the door so the first person came in. Yeah, pues I was like, oh, I'll wait till you guys are done taking pictures. But then it was like taking a little while because I noticed there was more people than I thought. So I was like, I'm good with my TikTok, I'll just save it and I'll post that one. So I grabbed my stuff and I was walking out. And when I exit out the door, the security was like, hey, come back, come back. And I was like, what? And it was like, oh, like Código was calling me, no, let's do the TikTok. And I was like, okay. So I went back and we did it. But I ended up posting the one like with the sound anyways, because the other one, the voices didn't sound as clear as I thought it would. Wow. So it was nice. See, like they didn't even know that who I was, and then they were like, oh, come back, let's do it. So they're very humble and they're very open to create content with their fans, and I'm pretty sure they'll be like that with anybody in most of the grupos
nomás
too.
Necesitan preguntar.
Yeah, nomás pregunten ustedes. Más pierdes por no intentar que por intentarlo.
Facts.
Yep, for everything.
Facts. Y tú cuando haces contenido, do you have any favorite places to do contenido, or any backgrounds or things like that you think have hit more que tú recomiendas?
My ranch and my horse.
Manda la dirección pues para ponerla ahí arriba.
No, yeah, when I do content that's more lifestyle, real life based versus backgrounds, it hits a lot more because people actually feel more. I guess it sets more like a tone and a mood to the video when you're in an actual ranch with livestock versus just like a brown background that I have in my room. I created my own wall, from Home Depot. And
like a green screen?
No, it's like an actual wall. I got some pieces from Home Depot, put them on my wall, and some Western pieces and decorated it. So that's like my Western wall.
Oh, okay. That's
so I
cool.
use that as a background because I used to have my medical posters in the back, and people were like, oh, are you in a like consultorio? And I'm like, no, it's my room. So I switched it up.
Parecía oficina.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely when you want to do content, try to make it as original and lively as possible. That catches more people's attention. I noticed that recently too with one of the promotional videos that I uploaded with Pico. I actually went to the arena and I recorded something, with the horses and stuff in the back, and it hit more than the ones that I do per se, just speaking and with a nice background. So the more livelier, the better. And clear for sure.
That's right. That's right. Do you ever have do you have an external mic, or do you just así con lo?
No, nomás le pongo play a mi teléfono. Start the countdown. I do everything myself. Sometimes I'll have my siblings record me or take pictures.
¿Tienes camarógrafo todavía famoso o no? ¿Ya no?
No, ya me dejó abajo. Ahora tengo al escuincle menor.
Oh boy.
Our little brother.
He's nice though. He does a lot for you guys.
Yeah.
He does a lot. We gotta take care of him.
Yeah. But most of the times it's just me. I just have my phone set somewhere and 3, 2, 1, record.
Vámonos.
That's
cool, because a lot of people, I was under the impression, even yo también, as I'm building my profile, building my content, like, damn, hey, record for me. Oh, hey, like, somebody else, different angles and stuff, but you can do it all by yourself.
You get creative. You find little spots where you can set your phone. And that's where you get the angles.
Secreto número 7.
Secreto número 7.
Oh, that's awesome. And basically, based on everything you're doing right now, what are your favorite things about what you do right now? ¿Qué es lo que te encanta de poder ser como, some would classify you as a TikToker, some would classify you as an influencer, ¿Qué son unas de tus cosas favoritas de ser eso?
For sure, the perks you get, you get to go to these events and have fun, but most importantly, to be able to meet people that you never thought you would meet, and you end up finding out they're real nice people. Like actual friendships you end up building from these things. I've made a couple close friends from these events, which is like you're in this madre, you're in the party, you're just gonna meet acquaintances, but you actually find people that are into the same things as you because they're obviously there, and then you end up going out of that scene and you end up going out into more like a brunch and stuff, and you're like, oh my god, you're cool. I wouldn't have met you if I wasn't into this.
Yeah, if I had not done a keg stand last night.
Yeah, exactly. No, so yeah, definitely the people you meet, one of the greatest feelings, as I mentioned earlier, is when people come up to you and they ask you for a picture. You're like, whoa, I'm not famous. I'm not like Alejandro Fernandez and stuff, but people are coming up and asking for a picture.
Como no es la Texana?
It's just a crazy feeling that you never expect. I never thought like, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be like a superstar or whatever. I'm going to have people taking pictures of me. No, it's crazy for me. I still sometimes I'm like, I can't believe they just asked for a picture. Like, oh my God.
That's awesome.
I fangirl after you guys leave.
Ahí está. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. That's really nice to hear because that is what it is. I know I definitely I can relate not to the people asking pictures porque aquí no pasa eso, pero to the fact that like you get to just convivir with people that you maybe sometimes connect with online or even like the whole artist thing and stuff like that. When we started this is episode 13, but it hasn't been a lot of episodes yet. But we have a lot more coming. But when we started this, the idea was just to educate people, was just to add more financial literacy to especially the Latino community. For me, I feel like it needed it a lot, and just things that we were learning, things that we're doing here in our business, and just empowering Latinos and empowering other business owners to just be better as and leverage the tax system. Yeah. And because of doing that, we started attracting other different people with different background, then músicos, then influencers, and we have we have a big list of clients, but sometimes we have people in here where I'm just like, damn, like I used to pay a lot of money to go see you. Yeah. Or like to want to go take a picture with you. Yeah. And now they're coming here and now they're really cool people. They're sharing their stories. They're playing live music. There's stuff like that, which is.
You get to know more about them that they don't really put out there in the public.
Yeah, yeah. And you get to see that other people everybody's equal as people.
Yeah. Todos estamos hechos de carne y hueso y vamos para el mismo hoyo.
Yes. Yeah, we maybe have accomplished different things, but we're all the same and people are all nice for the most part.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah. Y pues qué sigue for you? I mean, I know you got right now school, you're moving, you're moving forward in this industry, you're moving forward in the business aspect of what you're doing with La Texana. Pero qué sigue? What's next for you?
Well, I have some projects in mind that I will no sé. I will start announcing more about it, in the next couple of weeks once I have everything more set. But I'm definitely excited for those projects. Something different, something.
Any previews? Any previews aquí de FFC Studios?
Well, you might be rocking some of the items soon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
You're gonna be one of the first ones to receive one of the packages. Yeah, but it's something that I'm looking into, and I have, gladly the support of some people like yourself, thank you, and my friend Lazaro and other people around me that are really pushing me to do it. I didn't expect to have that support because I'm always like, I'm just doing this, I'm just doing that. But they were like, no, dude, you have the potential to do so much more. Do it. Like, this is your moment. And I never kind of paused to think about all the things I can do besides what I'm doing. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. It's time to kind of do things out of my comfort zone. I'm usually in my comfort zone, and it's always nice to get out of it and see what's going to happen next.
That's the only place you grow. When you get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I'm usually pushing people to get out of their comfort zone, but I'm always in my comfort zone. So that's controversy, but I'm stepping out, guys, so watch out.
Y por eso la gente, lo que está viendo, a veces, thank you porque nos motivan.
Yeah, honestly, all the people out there always motivate you. The things that they tell you, the support they provide with every like, every comment, every share makes a difference, To me, everything means a lot. And if it wasn't for the followers, I wouldn't be doing stuff that I'm doing now, or I wouldn't even be motivated to continue to pursue some of the things I'm pursuing now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I know for a lot of people that are going to see this and they're going to be like, man, like I want to start my own thing like that too. Like, what kind of equipment does somebody need to have a successful social media presence? What do you think, like equipment wise? What do you use? What do you need?
Honestly, I am not very. I have a camera that I only used for interviews when I used to interview the artistas. Now I just use my iPhone. That's my only equipment, honestly. iPhone, but something essential is creativity and originality.
Where can I buy some of that? I definitely. Mark.
I'll share some. How much do you want? I sell them by the pound.
Ooh. She's talking about something else.
No.
Creativity. I like that.
That's what we call it now.
Man, your family, damn. My respects. By the pound. No, and I mean, I guess one of the only last things I kind of want to, before we go into the questions and answering session, right? Like, how do you put a video together? Because I know there's a lot of people like me that are, I'd like to describe it as creatively challenged.
Oh, okay.
We're one of those we're not one of those rare breeds that know how to just even put the video together. But how do you put together a successful video?
I sometimes struggle. I have OCD, and I want every transition to be as smooth as possible with every millisecond counting. Because, you know, when you edit, you can put 1 second, but it'll give you 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, etc. And I like to be as smooth as possible. I like the music beats to match exactly when, you know, the beat drops, do this, transition, this and that. The text have to be organized, color-coded with what I'm wearing in the video, and it looks more formal and more put together. I definitely struggle. But yeah, making it look pretty and organized gives you better ratings too.
Do you use any specific apps for that, or like?
I use InShot. I edit a lot of my videos in InShot. It's a good app. It's free. And I basically record everything on TikTok and Instagram and the Reels directly there, just so I have the draft save.
Don't you just hate though when like you're like writing a big paragraph and you're in the middle of it and then it just se va? Has that ever happened to you?
Like it dies?
It just like shuts the app
that has not happened to me because
oh my God.
Once my phone starts glitching, I lock it and I let it rest for like 5 minutes and then I unlock it and it's exactly where I left off. So when it starts glitching, guys, listen to your phone.
Just pause the phone, relax, get it cool off.
Because not the text, but one time I was editing a video and I was like, oh my God, yes, I finally got it to the perfect exact editing. And I had finished editing like 30-second video and the app closed and it did not save. So I had to go back and edit everything again. So when my phone starts glitching, okay, lock.
That's why I hired Mark.
Must be nice.
No. Pues.
Mark, I'm going to steal you from him. Sorry.
That wouldn't be the first person they steal.
Yeah, you're going to be left without a team.
It's okay. You know what? I have
It's good though. If you talk good about them.
I have amazing people that have our back. Our team here is, you know, at FFC Studios is not a one-man show here. So we're very fortunate to have an awesome team. So.
Yeah, everybody's nice. Shout out to you guys. You guys are cool people.
Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I know we're going to get into I know we had a lot of question answering. So we want to get into some of those questions. All right, Lupita. Well, thank you again for everything that you've done so far with us here. And ya viene lo bueno.
Ay.
Las preguntitas que toda la gente hizo en la casa. So para los que no saben, dos cosas. Número uno, en nuestro Instagram de Familia Farias Consulting, cada semana tenemos diferentes guests y ponemos en los stories que si alguien quiere hacer una pregunta, ahí los dejamos saber quién va a estar en el podcast que sigue y ponemos una opción para que hagan preguntas. So las mejores preguntas van en el podcast. Y esta vez hubo muchas preguntas.
A ver.
Pero antes de las preguntas, queremos hacerle un shout out a nuestro sponsor.
A ver.
Taquería El Gordito Feliz era nuestro sponsor hoy de este video.
No, hombre, me cayó como anillo al dedo. Gracias.
Diego, para todos los que no los conocen, este grupo Nueva Línea, pero también tienes un negocio afuera de eso. Pero ya, no, Diego, thank you again. Just want to let you know, thank you por los tacos y por la comida que estuvo muy bueno. Y pues hay que ir a las preguntitas del millón. Yo sé que hubo muchas y pues hay un disclaimer. Si tienen niños aquí ahorita, por favor, cúbranle los oídos en una de estas preguntas.
¿Tanto así? Ay, yo me estoy asustando.
Estos son tus followers, No tus followers, no me culpen a mí. Nah, pero vamos a empezar algo tranquilón. Mucha gente también preguntaba, te miramos que eres de varios lados. ¿De dónde mero eres?
Yo soy nacida en Lubbock, Texas, allá al norte de Texas. Pero me vine a vivir aquí, pues a Los Ángeles, cuando estaba chiquita por el trabajo de mi papá. Es electricista y nos movió a California. Y pues aquí nacieron el resto de mis hermanos. Pero yo crecí yendo a Aguascalientes, allá al rancho, con mi papá. Cada año íbamos, me quedaba allá unos meses. De hecho, allá estudié la secundaria 1 año y luego me vine aquí a terminar el resto de los estudios. Así que soy como que nacida en Texas y criada en Aguascalientes y California. No sé, soy de todas partes.
Ahí está, eres del mundo.
Del mundo y para el mundo.
Ándale, ahí está. No, y hay muchos, no voy a decir nombres, pero hay muchos que te chulean en social media.
Ay, pues es que Instagram se hace buen efecto con sus filtros.
Ándale, los
Estoy
filtros.
fellita, pero me sé maquillar 2, 3 bien.
Ahí está. y pues las tejanas y todo.
Obvio. Mi accesorio y mi corona favorita. Shout out to Glorified for shaping it up. I need to go back because it's a little dirty de todos los rodeos.
Ándale. No, yo nomás miro aquí. Podemos hacerla así, scroll, y scroll. Dice que hermosa, que por qué tan hermosa. ¿Por qué tan hermosa?
Es que mi mamá me hizo con amor. Dicen que me parezco a ella, nomás que ella está güerita. Yo salí más morena.
Tú estás más morena.
Sí. Bueno, yo soy la más blanquita de mis hermanos y hermanas.
Piedradas, te piedradas por todos lados. Van a tumbarme mis cosas allá. A ver, pues esto no sé qué pregunta dicen. Eso ni. Por favor, si van a preguntar algunas cosas, aprendan
a escribir.
Sí, por favor. Ok, alguien te está preguntando que ¿cuándo vienes al Pilotos para echarnos una bailada?
Pilotos es mi ranchito allá en Aguascalientes. Saludos a toda esa gente.
Cuéntanos un poquito de ese lugar, porque he oído algo de tu hermano me contó un poquito de ese lugar, pero cuéntanos.
Pilotos es un ranchito allá a las afueras de la ciudad de Aguascalientes. Está como 1 hora, 40 minutos si manejan como yo. Y es un pueblito en medio de la nada. Está muy tranquilo la mayoría de las veces. La gente es toda muy buena gente, como toda la gente mexicana, que en donde quiera que te pares no te falta ni un taco, ni en donde quedarte, aunque sea en un silloncito. Pero ahí crecí en parte con mi papá. Yo he sido la que he ido más de mis hermanos porque yo pues venía y iba cada año. Y sí, es parte de donde vengo yo, de donde me gustaron los animales, que despiértate en la mañana, te vas a la escuela, porque pues allá sí iba a la escuela. Es un ranchito muy bonito, que un día les voy a hacer un blog para que conozcan de dónde vengo. Exactamente, dónde vienen mis papás, porque de ahí son ambos de mis papás. Uno de cada orilla del pueblo, del ranchito, y pues ahí comenzó la historia de dónde vengo yo.
Ahí cuando vayas para allá, te busques al Diego Guerrero, 654, para que hagan una bailada.
Sí, claro que sí. Al cabo para los bailes ya saben que me apunto solita.
Ándale. Y Ángel Patino, 76, preguntó, ¿cuántos años tienes, cama, chula?
Gracias.
¿Cuántos años? ¿Quinceañera, no?
Ya voy por la quinceañera número 2. Ya sé, voy a cumplir 26 años el 12 de diciembre, alias Lupita.
That's right. Diciembre 12, para los que no sabían, va a haber un festival.
Un festival, vamos a hacer una fiesta en grande para mi cumpleaños, así que si están viendo este podcast, están invitados. Solamente si vienen de este podcast pueden entrar, aparte de los que reciben la invitación.
Vamos a traerla para atrás otra vez, un episodio número 2.
Ya después de la peda del cumpleaños.
Después del cumpleaños. Yo no tomo.
¿No?
Yo no tomo.
Los consejos.
Algo así.
Ajá, ok.
Me están quemando aquí,
mejor hay que tomarnos el cafecito porque la verdad ya me hace falta la cafeína.
Sí, no, es que me desvelé anoche. Pues. You're right. Saludcito a los que están viendo ahí en la casa. A ver, una de las preguntas que preguntó Roxana 26. Dice, también soy de Aguas, pero vivo en LA. ¿Recomiendas a tu doctor de lipo?
Roxana, saludos hermosa. Antes que nada, gracias por seguirme y por estar al tanto de mis redes. La verdad, yo sí recomiendo a mi doctor. La primera lipo que tuve no fue con este doctor. Y pues sí, hizo un buen trabajo. La verdad, yo no me cuidé, pero recomiendo más al doctor Sergio Jaime porque él te incluye muchas cosas que otros cirujanos no te incluyen. Como en esta cirugía me incluyeron como las fajas, el foamy y tantas cosas que yo dije, no sabía ni que se podía hacer esto después de la lipo. So, mi experiencia fue más, como quien dice, suave, ligera y más cuidadosa. O sea, como que me preparó más, aparte de lo que yo ya estaba preparada, porque pues no era mi primera vuelta en el rodeo, como dicen.
Sí.
So, sí lo recomiendo, la verdad. Y cualquier pregunta que tengas, ve mis historias o mándame mensaje que yo con toda la confianza y toda la honestidad te contesto.
Qué chingón. Ahí está, Roxana. Y pues otras varias preguntas iguales. Ale J. Love, sorry, que nombres raros.
Ay, me estoy poniendo nerviosa nomás
Dios
con saber
mío.
cuál pregunta
viene.
viene.
Esta no fue mala, pero los nombres que se inventan en Instagram. Yo tengo mi nombre, Juvenal Farias número 1. Es todo simple, mi nombre.
Yo he visto usuarios que dicen como tal y tal y tal y tal. Y ponen sus 2 nombres y sus 2 apellidos. Dije,
Pues,
"Ingesu".
estos sí son de ranchos.
Sí.
No, dice Ale J. Lop 04. Preguntó que ¿cuándo vienes a Dallas, Texas?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. ¿Has
Fíjense
ido
que
antes?
tengo familia ahí, pero nunca he ido.
Ah,
Nunca he ido, pero ya tengo ganas de regresar a mi estado natal. Quiero ir a visitar al Escape 2001, que es una de las pistas más famosas de baile.
oh, pensé que era un rave.
No, es como un nightclub, es como un antro.
Ok.
Y es muy famoso. De
¿Qué
hecho,
tipo de música?
de todo, norteña más que nada, corridos, pero yo quiero ir. Es algo que está en mi to-do list que todavía no he hecho.
Dallas, Texas.
Ajá. No, bueno, sí, me parece que en Dallas.
Ahí está para el cumpleaños. Ya saben.
Vamos a ir a Takeover Escape 2001.
There it is.
Ándale.
2000.
La Texana regresa a Texas. Chale.
Sounds like a scary movie. ¿Está?
Vamos a deshacer, pero de lo bueno.
Ya
Desastre
dijiste.
del bueno.
Ya dijeron, por si están ahí en Texas, allá la esperan.
Sí.
A ver, Manzanitas Bombón preguntó que ¿cuál es tu aguar favorito y por qué?
¿Qué es aguar? ¿Lugar?
Yo creo que sí. Come on, guys.
Ok, lugar. Creo que
¿Cuál
era...
es tu lugar favorito?
Mi lugar favorito
¿Qué
es Pilotos. Mi ranchito hermoso, bello, que es mi desestrés, como les mencioné. Es donde pues tengo mi familia, mi caballo. Todo ahí es muy tranquilo y la verdad es que ahí no se ocupa planear nada. Ahí yo voy como que, ay, quiero hacer esto, quiero otro. Todo sale diferente porque ahí nunca te aburres, siempre hay algo que hacer. Y es un lugar muy
México es muy
natural.
bonito.
En lo general, México es muy hermoso, pero pues más mi ranchito porque ya tengo memorias ahí personales que me atraen más a él. Pero sí, México es muy hermoso.
Ya está. No, y González Karina G preguntó, ¿te piensas hacer otra cirugía? Y que si piensas tener babies.
Ay,
Sé
caray.
que hablamos poquito de eso en el podcast, pero...
Bueno, cirugías no me pienso hacer más ya hasta que tenga mis babies. De hecho, sí planeo tener, mi límite serían 4. Porque nosotros en mi familia somos 4 y es a decent amount. You know, it's not too big, not too small. Sorry.
¿Cuántos llevas?
Ni uno. Ni uno. Todavía no encuentro ni al novio, pues.
Es que lo estás buscando. Te tiene que encontrar a ti.
No, o sea, sí. Anda uno que posiblemente, pero pues, no. O sea, you know. Until
¿No se pone las pilas o qué?
No, until something is official, then you count, you know? De todos modos, es como que ya tengo a los grupos que van a tocar en la boda, el tipo de vestido, el lugar, todo, nomás falta el novio.
Los Parra,
No,
grupo Parra.
los rieleros,
rieleros.
los Sebastianes, Energía Norteña. Ya cualquier otro grupo que la persona quiera. You're gonna be my wedding planner. I like how you're taking notes.
I make sure I take notes everywhere I go. Ya está.
Smart man, counts for 2.
Ya está. ¿Y qué de lo de la cirugía?
Ah, sí, pues de hecho no me voy a casar con nadie hasta que no me digan que si me hacen el mommy makeover after I have kids. So, ya que tenga mis niños, sí sería una última cirugía para quedar como estaba antes de los babies.
Makes sense.
Ya, es que a mí sí me gusta como cuidarme, pues.
Sí.
Ya.
Makes sense. No, pues hay varios comentarios de gente que te quiere conocer. Que les pasas tu WhatsApp y que...
Mi WhatsApp es muy privado, I'm sorry.
Pues, ¿por qué tan privado?
No, nada más te hacen rastreo o algo. Es que a mí me gusta ver muchos shows de crímenes. Like Crime Watch Daily, crime shows. So yo estoy bien traumada con eso. Siempre estoy alerta. Y un número es algo más privado de lo que parece. So I only give it to my close people or to people you know I trust.
Good. Well, sorry, no name, I won't say names, but maybe ahí le chequeas el perfil y si pasa, no sé qué número tiene que pasar, ¿verdad? Pero que si pasa de uno ahí para arriba y pues ahí le das tu WhatsApp.
Lo investigamos, background check.
Ándale, primero. We could do that. We could help you with that.
¿Verdad?
So, pues ya creo que ya contestaste esta de ¿cuántos años tienes?
Ah, sí, tengo 26 años. No te creas, 25. Todavía faltan... What are we?
Tú te estás dando más años.
3 meses para los 26.
Ahí saben, tienen 3 meses para ahorrar para el regalazo.
Exactamente, se acepta de todo. Ahí sí les paso mi dirección y todo.
¿Verdad? Para eso sí. Ahí está, si quieren, así es la mejor manera de saber.
Ahí sí conviene mi P.O. I need to get a P.O. box.
Hay unas interesantes preguntas que vienen.
Oh.
Y pues aquí en el podcast, you know what, vamos a ser honestos de todo. Nosotros aquí preguntamos las preguntas que ustedes hacen. Y si quieren saber, pues ya.
Si el público lo pide, hay que dárselo, ¿no?
Ya, pues. Discúlpenos si están viendo en la casa y se ofenden, pero las preguntas aquí, y hasta vamos a poner sus ads para que se les quite por estar preguntando pinches tonterías. Pero, Jaili Neu, así, parece chino. Jaili Neu preguntó que. No quieren hacer la pregunta. No, pues. Pinches preguntitas.
Ay.
¿La haré o no la haré? ¿La haré o no la haré?
A ver.
No, pues dicen que ¿hace cuándo fue la última vez? Y así nomás la vamos a dejar. Así nomás la vamos a dejar.
Ay, Dios mío. ¿Qué es eso? O sea.
¿Preguntas?
No, o sea que... A ver, déjame la...
Pues...
Ya la entendí más. No describiste los emojis que me han puesto.
No, pues... es que no sé describir emojis yo.
Ay, qué gráfica descripción se hacen con estos emojis hoy en día, ¿verdad?
Ya no se ocupa ni palabras.
Exactamente, no manches. Ay, Dios. No sé si contestarla porque creo que mi mamá va a estar viendo esto. Ya me sigue en Instagram.
Puedes dar un año. En el año.
¿En qué año estamos?
En el 22. Ya no le den café, oiga. Ya no más. No más cafecito.
No, de veras, es mucha cafeína para mí ya. En el 2022.
Ahí está. ¿Quieres nombrar mes? ¿Mes?
¿A qué estamos?
En septiembre.
En septiembre.
Ahí está.
Ya no puedo nombrar ni semanas ni días, ¿eh? Ya no.
Si no la van a localizar, porque they're gonna put everything together.
They're gonna make math and they're like, oh, okay.
Ya está. Pues tienes muchas invitaciones a Pico y que cuándo van y que...
Yo voy a ir, pues próximamente. Yo estoy ahí seguido. De hecho, acá my friend nunca ha ido. Tiene que ir.
Lo vamos a secuestrar uno de estos días.
Sí, lo vamos a llevar. Ya cuando menos acuerde va a estar ahí. Bien vestido de vaquero.
Ándale, con un sombrerón.
Ándale.
Sí, ya está. De cocodrilo que iba a tener. Esos parches.
Como Chalino Sánchez.
Ándale.
Ándale a la antigüita, como dicen.
Este compa ya sabe.
Mira, ya se puso bien a lucir.
Ya se aceleró, ya.
Sí.
A ver, otra de las preguntitas es que ¿por qué no tienes novio? Que eres muy hermosa. Me manda el compa Nacho Lima Sánchez.
La verdad sí quedé traumada de mi última relación. Hace como ya van a ser 2 años. Sí, me pusieron igual que mi ganado. Bien cuerneado.
Damn. ¿Y ahí?
Me pusieron el cuerno, pero fue una historia interesante. Así que no me dolió al final como pensé que iba a doler. Y ya, pues...
Cuéntanos más.
Se las cuento.
Yo creo que la gente lo quiere saber.
Ay, no.
Porque
Mi desamor.
Los videos, sí. Sí,
de hecho subí un video de recaps en mi Instagram que mucha gente dijo, no manches, o sea, ¿cómo lo subiste? ¿Cómo era mío y de mi ex? Donde puse, por fin puedo subir esto porque ya te superé. Y yo nunca había subido nada de él, ni cuando estábamos como juntos. Hasta eso. Pero se cuenta que nos fuimos a San Diego a celebrar el cumpleaños de mi carnal. Y nos fuimos como en double dates. Mi cuñada, mi hermano, yo y mi novio en ese entonces. Y pues él se fue al baño. Y yo, pues, él tenía el teléfono con la música porque tenía el Bluetooth. Pero se paró la música. Y dije, pues no, déjale, pongo el next song. So, le apachurré la pantalla, pero sabes que a veces hay notificaciones y si la puchas, lo desbloqueas y se va directo a la notificación. Pues yo no sabía que le pucharon a Snapchat y lo desbloqueé para poner la música y se abrió al chat. No, y él como me ha subido una foto mía y de él como una selfie, la morra le respondió, sabes que con unos mensajes a tu novia puedo destruir tu relación y ahora va mi venganza y puso el nombre. Y dije, caray. Y como yo Nunca le revisaba el teléfono, el pendejo. Ahí tenía todo, pues. Y fui para arriba, ahí me di cuenta, pues, todo lo que ha pasado y ese rollo.
Esa ida al baño fue larga.
Se le jodió. Y lo que hice es de que dije, bueno, pues, bloqueé el teléfono y puse una canción, ya regresó y le dije, ¿sabes qué? Estoy orgullosa de ti, vas a lograr todo lo que quieres. Y como que se me quedó viendo como que, ¿por qué me dices eso, verdad? Le dije, no me hagas caso. Le dije, déjame tomar una selfie con tu Snapchat. Desbloquea el teléfono. Dijo, why? Le dije, no, pues es que nomás quiero tomar un video de nosotros, ¿verdad? Y como que no quería. Y le dije, ándale. Y lo desbloqueó. Lo que hice es que pretendí que me estaba tomando una selfie y luego le volteé la cámara a él. Pero hasta que volteé la cámara con él y se prendió el flash, fue que empecé a grabar. Y lo que hice es que lo grabé y le saqué, el dedo. Y luego él se puso así, no vio que lo hice. Y I posted on his story, lo subí a su historia. Y después lo bloqueé, le dije, ay no. Y como había un artista que me tiraba la onda y en una reunión nos tomamos una foto, la puse de fondo de mientras que estaba en el baño. Le dije, ya es bien tarde. Y lo puse así como para que viera mi lock screen a propósito. Y dijo, ¿quién es ese? ¿Y qué sabe qué? Es tal persona. What the heck? ¿Y qué sabe qué? Y se fue enojado. Y acá bien. Dije, ahora sí, Lupita, es tu momento. Y fui y le dije, ¿sabes qué? Yo con esa persona no hice nada. Te di tu lugar y me di a respetar porque pues ya te tenía. Pero tú síguete metiendo con tal persona. Y le cerré la puerta. No, hombre, se puso la cara en blanco de él.
Casi se desmayaba el compa.
Se desmayaba. Y después yo bajé. Y ya es como...
¿Estaban quedando todos en el mismo lugar?
Sí. Pero después...
Ni cómo irse el compa.
Mi hermano es como que... ¿dónde está pues, la persona, ¿verdad? Mi ex? Le dije, no sé, pero yo tengo frío. Ve por mi chamarra al carro. Ya cuando bajó al carro, pues... No, ¿qué pasó? Que está... pegándole a la padera. Está llorando. Le dije porque el menso lo descubrieron. Y ya después así quedó. Y como él era de Chicago, ya cuando regresamos de las vacaciones, al siguiente día...
¿Fue el siguiente día básicamente?
Lo dejamos en el aeropuerto.
Estuvo interesante
y
esa noche, ¿no?
Sí, no manches. It was awkward on the way back home. Y ya lo dejamos en el aeropuerto. Y él como que, no, es que no te va. Y le dije, no me hables, sácate. Y, me fui para la casa. Y esa noche mi hermano me dice, ¿te hablan? Y yo, ¿quién? Dijo, sal. Y perdió el vuelo por querer hablar conmigo y convencerme de que no era cierto. Salí y le dije, ¿qué quieres? Dijo, no, es que no es como piensa. Le dije, no manches. Si ves un mensaje en mi teléfono que dice, ¿dónde está mi identificación? No sé, tal vez dónde me quité el vestido, X cosa, ¿qué vas a pensar? Era obvio, ¿verdad? Yeah. Y dijo... ¿y sabe qué? ¿Y sabes qué? Vete, estás perdiendo tu tiempo si lo sigues negando. Y ya me metí y ya lo bloqueé de todo y, hasta le empezó a mandar mensajes a mi hermano. Dile a tu hermana que esto. Y le dije a mi brother, I'm sorry que te metió en esto, ¿verdad? Pero... Y mi hermano, no manches, estoy cansado que me mande cosas.
¿No hubieras pedido que te mandara regalos?
Sí, ya después yo como que, shit, así está. Y a las 2 semanas... que estaba lavando los trastes y mi hermano me dice, te hablan afuera. Yo no espero a nadie. Llegó ahí con un ramo de rosas a pedir perdón, según él.
¿Se jaló la banda el compa, aunque sea?
No, ni eso, ¿tú crees?
No mames.
Y luego le dije, ¿qué haces
come on,
aquí?
Guys, do better.
Exactly. Le dije, ¿qué haces aquí? Y dice, come on, Lupita, ¿y qué sabe qué? Y lo seguía negando. Pero en eso sale mi jefe y él no sabía. Y le dijo, hola, ¿cómo estás? Y que sabe que siéntate. Y que sabe que yo... nos sentamos afuera en la mesa. Y ya mi papá se metió y le dije, si lo sigues negando, sabes que mejor vete. No tiene caso. Y me dijo, ok, sí pasó esto y el otro, pero solamente fue una vez. Y que le dije, entonces, ¿por qué te dijo la morra? Ahora va mi venganza. ¿Qué le hiciste? Dijo, es que después quería salir y yo la rechazaba. Como que la morra se dio cuenta que she was just a one night stand. And I was like, de todos modos, eso no se hace. Y ya le dije, ¿dónde fue? Y dijo que fue en el after party del artista que me tiraba la onda. Le dije, no manches, no sé si reírme o o enojarme o seguir enojada. Le dije, por el menso que estabas idolizando, que me tiraba la onda, tú te metiste con la primera. O sea, so that's when I was like, wow, you know, I didn't feel that bad because I could have been with that artist that he was fangirling over that day he did it, and I wasn't. So por eso es como que, ya después de ahí dije, nada, me voy a dar mi tiempo. Y luego, en diciembre, dije, bueno, we still like each other, ¿sabe qué? We decided to try it again. Lo, hombre, me enteré que después los dos andábamos allá porque somos de Aguascalientes. Y I was like, okay, let me try it. Like, I'll give him another chance. Yo también acá, ¿verdad? Y ya me enteré recientemente que when we were like together, y when he couldn't go see me at my rancho, he was with other girls. And I was like, no manches. Okay. So that's when I was like, you know what? Like, he's not worth it.
Be better, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So
ahorita la gente está cabrona.
Yeah.
It's not just a guy thing. It's both ways.
It's both ways, yeah, honestly. But then after that, like after the last time I think we talked was February 14th was our anniversary. 1 year. It was supposed
Valentine's
to be.
Day?
Yeah. After that, we, like, you know, yeah, no. Yeah, that's why I just started single, being more into social media, my career, focusing on myself. Y ya, pues hasta, yeah, por eso.
Y de vez en cuando los charros ahí, de vez en cuando en Picolandia.
No. Puro baile.
Puro baile.
Puro baile, tequila y stress free.
Listo. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. That's my love story, guys.
No, pues ahí está, el self-love story.
Pero no creas, la gente siempre me dice, ay, don't worry, Lupita, you know, siempre te dicen, someone's gonna come, you don't have to look for them. And I was always like, yeah, sure, whatever, guys. Pero,
¿Ya no crees?
¿Eh?
¿Ya no crees?
No, pero pues ahí viene lo bueno. Like, yo no estaba buscando. Y en Mazatlán, I think I met someone that I'm like, you're probably worth it. Y ese es que ahorita como que, a ver si funciona, a ver si...
¿He's all the way in Mazatlán?
No, resulta que es de aquí también. He was on vacation too. Now it's like small world. Like, where do we meet? So, si no, pues, así la vida sigue.
Qué chingón.
Yo siempre le dije a mis papás, mi carnal los va a hacer abuelos antes que yo. Se los garantizo. Right, cuñis?
Y'all should have seen that reaction.
I know. She was like, what?
No, pues y si cualquier cosa, si a veces, if it gets dry out there in these lonely days sometimes, you know, pues pinches, aquí como unos 20, una lista de unos 20 que dates, que bailar, pues eso, lo bueno que siempre hay de sobra.
Sí, lo que no hay es tiempo. Tiempo.
Very true.
Maybe I'll meet someone in grad school. Or maybe going to the market and someone bumps into me and, you know, el mundo es muy inesperado.
Yeah. Y pues hay gente pidiendo boletos, que quieren boletos para este evento que hay el domingo.
Ah, sí.
Mucha gente que quiere boletos.
Boletos, participen en los sorteos que hago, que siempre ando regalando boletos. Es una de las pequeñas maneras de darle de regresos a ustedes por todo el apoyo. Me gusta hacer rifas. Aparte de, o sea, de promocionar los eventos, digo, si puedo regalar boletos, qué chido. Y la gente, la mayoría de las veces que gana, o sea, muchas gracias. O sea, no tenía dinero, pero ahora sí quiero ir y voy a ir y bla, bla. Y es como que, yes, you know. I'm giving at least something back to someone. And I try to do it often. Como para este evento, me permitieron, gracias a Dios, regalar 10 boletos.
Oh, that's really cool.
En vez de nada más 2. So that means, you know, more people are going to win. And then the giveaway que hice, el primero, solamente there was supposed to be one winner. But there was like two other people that got like, you know, 50 or 90 something likes on their comment. And the first place was just 100 and something. And I was like, you know what? They really tried. Like, and I talked to the people and they were like really like nice about it. Like, yeah, go ahead and give them tickets too. So, you know, I like to be fair. If you try, you're gonna win.
Ahí me avisas if maybe next time if people watching this video, maybe for first 100 comments, we could do something for them.
Yeah.
Do some tickets or something sponsored by FFC.
Yeah, let's do it. Hay que hacer algo. Cabo los eventos vienen muchos más.
Hay uno bueno next month in October.
Tengo que checar la agenda, pero me parece que sí. Ya te lo hago pasar antes para hacer algo.
Si se quieren
para
ganar
los seguidores de FFC Studios. You have to be following him and myself.
Like and subscribe. Subscribe
yes.
también en YouTube. Ya está. Exactly. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
No, pues hay mucha gente que quiere invitarte a cenar y esto que aquello. Eso, ay, disculpa, que no te voy a dar todo. Eso ya lo puedes ver tú en tu tiempo.
I'm a cook. I prefer to eat at home.
Pero a ver, hay muchas invitaciones a todos lugares. ¿De dónde eres? ¿Cuándo me vas a contestar los mensajes?
Eso sí, I'm sorry to my friends también. I'm very bad at answering messages. Y a veces contesto y se me va la onda y ya dejo de contestar. Like, I stop the conversation. Pero no es a propósito. Es porque se me va el rollo or I get busy or I mentally reply.
¿Que a qué hora sales por el pan?
No, I'm sorry. Mi cirujano dijo que ya me estuviera fuera del pan. So ya no puedo.
No. Pues hay muchas preguntas. A ver, que si los quieres. Que cuántos años. Que estás muy hermosa. Que sigues. Sí. Carreón el judicial. ¿Conoces a este?
Ah, mi primo. Saludos, Judy.
Dice, ¿sigo siendo tu primo favorito? Question mark.
Con que me siga dando mi domingo, sí.
Ándale.
You know how in Mexican families, like, tu domingo, ten $5 y te sentías la más rica del barrio porque ibas al ice cream shop and you can, ice cream truck and you can, you know, buy stuff for everybody. Little 25-cent candy.
Ándale. Entonces, pues, ahí te vamos a querer doble si nos das un domingo aquí también.
Sí.
A ver, no, y pues, sí, ya contestamos muchas de las otras que si te encanta bailar, que estudias, que si los puedes seguir, que si nos casamos. A su madre.
Ay, Dios, ya hay hasta propuestas de matrimonio, no manches.
Una buena. De Checo, 7 chaides, para que vea el compa.
A ver.
Dice que a qué edad perdiste tu inocencia.
¡Oh!
Ese cafecito está muy caliente.
Sí, no manches.
Pues.
¿A qué edad perdí mi inocencia?
Toda la tienes.
Sí, o sea, no lo ven en mi carita. A los 21. 21. What was that? 4 years ago. 4 years ago. I'm sorry, mano, se hizo de llegar de blanco a la boda.
Ya valió madre.
A los 21. Pero fíjate que a los 21 no probé ni una gota de alcohol. When it was my 21st birthday, I didn't start liking and becoming friends with tequila until last year.
What do you think was a factor for that?
My heartbreak. But then now I drink it because I enjoy myself and I'm enjoying, you know, the time with my friends. Ya no es por heartbreak. Like 2 months ago, it became more because I want to and I enjoy it, not because of a heartbreak, which is good.
Yeah. What do you think about all the people? What do you tell all the people that are in heartbreaks? Do you think tequila is the solution?
No, tequila's not the solution. It's a temporary solution in the moment. But honestly, building yourself back up and showing that person what they lost is one of the biggest, you know, hits you can have on them. Because if you're crying over them, you're giving them what they want, your attention. But, you know, to get something from someone, you have to take away what they have from you, which is your attention.
Very well said.
And guys like the play hard to get game. I've heard that from a lot of my friends. Corroborate with that.
I mean, you pointed at me. I don't no comment.
No comment. No, see, a lot of my guy friends always, like, I have more guy friends than girlfriends.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, oh my God, what advice do you give me? And they always tell me, you know what? Just take it slow. Play hard to get. We like that game. And I'm like, really? Like, for me personally, I'm a girl that I know what I want. And when I want it, no me voy a hacer del rogar. You know, if I like you and you like me, okay, let's try it out. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I don't want to text you. I'm going to take forever to reply to you. No, because I feel like people lose interest. But I guess there's both ways to see it. Whether it's like, oh, she's replying fast. Like, I already have her attention. I'm not going to listen to her. Or she's replying fast because she's interested. I'm like, she's showing me that she wants me.
I don't know about Lupita replying fast, but...
I'm a very bad texter. I repeat, I'm a very bad texter. I'm sorry. But if anybody needs me, the phone calls work. Phone calls.
That's true.
I'm like a 911 there.
That's true. Pues I have one more question.
A ver.
Esta es la pregunta del millón. Dun, dun, dun.
Drum roll.
Right? So I've heard you had some, you know, you're not the only one popping in the family.
No, mi hermano es el del talento. He's a real artist here. He has the voice, the looks. He just needs, a little push out there so he can dance. I got the dancing. He got the vocals.
That's right. No. You know what? It's funny because we had him here on the podcast a few weeks. I think like a month and a half ago, we had him here as well with his new grupo,
Sí, sí.
Información, and people responded really well to that. And so I know we have him here today.
Yeah, mi carnal, amigos de la cuadra.
Tell them a little bit about your brother.
You know, it's funny. When they started up, my room, I have like, those big mirrors with like the light bulbs.
Yeah.
And I was studying one day for one of my science exams. And my brother was like, I'm sorry, we're going to take over your room. I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm going to study. You guys can be in your own thing. Mm-hmm. And they did a live and they were jamming out and blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, Jimmy brought them on their live. And he ended up loving them like, oh, I want to sign you guys. I want to hear this. I want to blah, blah, blah. So I was like, whoa, what just happened? Like, what the heck? And Jimmy even made a comment on my posters. ¿Qué es eso? Are those like, a guy's private parts? Trying to be funny because they were anatomical posters. And my brother's like, no, this is my sister's room.
That's
so my room was like their studio back then.
Yeah.
So now seeing him grow and seeing him on music videos and doing his own thing is like, I'm very proud of him. And I'm sure this is just the start. He has so much more potential and all the projects he's working on. So I'm very proud for not only, me, but for everybody watching this podcast to see where he's going with this.
Yeah, it's a big year.
Yeah.
Big year for Amigos de la Cuadra.
And obviously, he always has my full support for everything and wherever I can get him.
¿Lo quieres o no lo quieres?
He's like my child, basically.
First child. First child, yes. But he's going to have the kids in the family first.
Yes.
Andale. Well, let's bring him up.
Let's bring him up.
You guys going to play?
Testing. We're about to play some Capuenetas. These songs they're all out on all platforms. The first one is, you guys probably know us by this one, Uno en un Millón. It's out there with Compa Junior H. And I wrote these songs, so this is the what started it all.
Algo original para que vea la gente.
Sabes que te quiero, chiquitita, tú eres lo mejor que me pasó. Tienes una cara tan bonita, tú eres una en un millón. Cuando yo veo tu sonrisa me acelera mucho el corazón. Siempre que yo estoy contigo me siento que soy dueño del César, tú eres para mí mi reina, mi razón de vivir. Quisiera ser dueño de ti por siempre y estar junto a ti, chiquita, porque me voy a ti sin pensarlo. Yo doy todo por ti. Esta letra que te escribí demuestra lo que yo siento por ti.
Sale pues.
Eso.
Esa fue la que empezó todo.
El origin story.
Yep.
That's the one they played when I was in my room studying.
Jeez, what other gems do you guys have?
This is one of the more newer ones that I wrote. It's called A los 20.
A los 20. He's young. I wish I was his age again.
I wrote this one when I was 20, obviously.
That's right.
Yesterday.
Gotta write A los 21 before the year ends.
That's right.
Before May comes.
You know what? You need to write my corrido before your year ends.
You know what? He owes corridos all over the city.
I know. Who's going to make my song? I need my corrido.
La Texana, that's a pretty sick name.
We can make it viral. We can make it work.
We'll get it coming soon.
We get it coming. A ver, a los 20.
flores azules hay de más. En esta vida nada te van a regalar. Pronto ya verás que pagarás. Por eso hay que saber cambiar y negociar. Me miran paseando en un carro, el simplón te va mi mano con mi gorra aquí a mi lado. Como van tirando y relajado, paseándose en los estados, los amigos retumbando. Vamos a jugar. Empecé por gusto y ahora abrí mi propia línea, motivos tengo de más. Puedo ayudar a la familia. Tengo una empresa para la clínica brillar. Puros cabachos en la bolsa, pues con el sudor de la frente los voy a ganar. Si se trata de chambear se va de la ciudad. Si se trata de fiestar me gusta festejar. De todo lo bueno que he vivido yo con esta me despido. Hermano no soy amigo. Cada quien se topa su destino. No me enfoqué en lo mío y cuando me llegó el delirio.
A los 20, a los 20.
Yeah, los 20s out on all platforms.
Any other ones that you got for us?
What's your favorite one?
What's your favorite one?
My Gallo Fino because it has a personal connection to my family members.
Let me get a preview of that one.
Hoy voy a contar lo que he vivido. Mil cosas te pasan, te traicionan los amigos. No me preocupa lo que ellos dirán. Aquí sigo firme, libre, pienso en mi camino. Soy hijo de un señor, soy un gallo fino.
I can play tribal.
Aguas fui a parar la tierra natal de mis padres, piloto ranchito lo extrañan. Junto a mi carnal y mis carnalas, un fin de semana y nos vamos para allá al ranchito con la banda y unos primos. Cosas cambiarán, nada será igual. El día primero fue lo sucedido. Qué pena en verdad, llegó la noticia que allá por la sierra tumbaron a mi carnal. Mi primo Noel por Bambi conocido. Me gustó chambear, billetes ganar. Camino derecho pero suelto sin ocupar. Unas paquitas no me le llaman. A mi compa Marco siempre empieza a se agarrar. Rumbo al valle para negociar el business. Ahí les quedo ya, esta es la historia de un gallo fino que salió de aquel corral. Con su familia nunca se raja, tira hasta la cima, pocos que pueden llegar. Me despido, saludos para el angelito. Quedó gallo fino.
So that's a family cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it talks about pretty much like more the rancho. Says Aguascalientes, Pilotos. And then it talks about one of my cousins from over there that he passed away over there.
That's like,
Yeah. Rest in peace to my cousin Vampi.
Yeah. Hasta allá.
that's Awesome. ¿Y algo nuevo que tienen? Anything else that you guys have coming up, or what do you guys? What's one that you guys que les piden mucho?
Or something,
They ask a lot for a lot of music from the album, from the album.
something new that hasn't been played yet. Ooh. Like a preview of something that's coming up.
For the new album they dropped, which one? What is the popular one?
Si me ven, they be asking for si me ven.
¿Se me ven? Nos despedimos con esa. Para la gente en la casa es la de Si Me Ven, para que la esperen ahí. Featuring la Texana.
Aquí nada corre chueco, ya no batallamos. Solo mi guitarra y versos pa' cualquier estado. Cubana brillando saludos pa' mis hermanos que nunca me han defraudado, saben que aquí andamos. Si me ven, ven que yo ando bien. Disfruto al siento que yo sí le chingué. No estudié, me enfermé, en la música empecé. Sin querer, no viene, ahora disfruto el placer de tener y tener lo que yo siento en papel. La pensé, me inventé y ahora miren que llegué. Por el 10 me viene, el 20 dupliqué. Ahí se ven, porque así vivo bien. Soy el mismo de antes, la neta no he cambiado. Soy humilde sangre que mis padres me heredaron. El mono brillando, el Rolex adiamantado. Trabajador por mis padres, pero soy mexicano. Si me ven, ando bien, un billete de a 100. Por el ven, presento que no quiero perder. Cuiden bien lo que hacemos, que lo pueden perder. Ahora ven que tienen conocimiento de mi ver. Sin querer, me bien, ahora disfruto el placer de tener y poner lo que yo siento en papel. La pensé, me dije, ahora miren que llegué. Por el 10 dupliqué, y el 20 dupliqué. Eso va Bernie, Palomito. Por amigos de la cuadra.
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Hay talento en la familia.
So you think you can still sing Instinto de Venado or what?
Oh my God.
Oh,
I
hell
can
yeah.
try.
You gotta sing one with
When I was
them.
barely starting to practice sing, we were practicing there.
Really?
One of the songs that we were
¿La de
just
Distinto de Venado? Sheesh, we might even do a duet here.
You
I'm
gotta do that to me.
Let me get my singing voice.
Okay, if you sing, I'll sing.
Take out the lyrics, take out the lyrics.
Hey, Mark, turn off this mic. Yeah? Let's do one. Ya para la gente en la casa, con esta nos despedimos.
A ver.
La de ¿cómo va?
Instinto de venado. Ay, Dios.
Damn. A ver. Pero si me dejas atrás vas a ver, ¿eh?
No.
La de tiene instinto de venado, su alma. ¿That one?
Yeah.
Y'all have to start it. I haven't heard the song in a minute. Y para toda la gente en la casa, saquen los lyrics para la de Instinto de Venado. Que ahorita,
Sí, no manchen.
ahorita nos la vamos a echar aquí en FFC Studios con la Texana.
No sé cantar. Pero bueno. Va.
Pues la vamos a sufrir.
El instinto
Instinto de venado, su alma por un lado, al modo Pancho Villa. Sensores de inteligencia tienen la cabeza como la malicia. Le brota lo peligroso por todos los poros que tiene en el cuerpo. enfrenta centenares, sus signos vitales siempre están perfectos.
No que no, Lupita.
Aspectos de sospechosos, actos delictuosos, bastante violentos. Si se trata de chambear, saca bien su jale, reacciona al momento. Gorro de azúcar armada, lo traen armados con cuerno y flechera. Rayos, granadas y escuadras matan policías por si alguien se acerca.
No, Lupita, it's tal family.
El terreno de combate, el cerebro, el carácter da buen resultado. Las acciones que hacen las lecciones del que está enfrentando. No sé nada de materias, poco fui a la escuela, me enseñó la vida. Como muestra de respeto tengo como ejemplo a mi madre querida. Como ha querido la vida, jabones, suspiros y es que estoy luchando. Es más difícil la vida cuando hay comida, dinero y zapatos. Ahora me siento contento porque desde abajo empecé gane. Y bastante tema, tengo los pies en la tierra, no me creo no nadie.
Familiar abajo, pues.
Cantar victoria porque esa señora todo te lo quita.
Échale.
Lo mismo pasa en la suerte que a veces te mueve para abajo y para arriba. Es bonito andar ganando dinero, gastando millones de lujos, pero se siente distinto, no cargan un 5, te desprecian mucho.
Ahí fue un dueto de La Texana y Amigos de la Cuadra.
Good old time sakes.
Sí, those are some of the starter songs or what?
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool. Bring back memories.
it does.
That's sick. That's sick. No, pues para todos en la casa, ojalá se la pasaron a gusto viendo estos muchachos aquí, darles un show que no se lo esperaban y pues I guess the talent does run in the family.
No, lo mío es más bailar.
No, ¿cómo no?
No.
Esa se la rifa.
Because I follow him.
Yeah.
He.
I know a few ladies out there que le echas competencia. No, I'm not gonna say
I
no.
was teaching her guitar not so long.
Yeah, he was
Yeah?
teaching me guitar, but that's tough.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, props to you guys. No sé cómo le hacen, pero hasta con los
La
ojos
neta que sí.
cerrados, yo no. I have to try to focus and, no sé, se me dificulta mucho, la verdad, aprender.
Te tomas mucho café.
Ah, sí,
Tomas mucho café.
sobre todo. Pero I'm trying to learn. I got a teacher here. He teaches me how to play instruments.
When I have more free time in my life, please teach me. No, pues muchas gracias por haber venido. I know you guys stayed out a little bit later, and I appreciate you guys coming out and just making the time for this segment. And of course, thank you again for coming and accepting the invitation today.
I had fun. You guys are an amazing team, and honestly, this is something cool to do. I've never done a podcast. This is my very first podcast, so thank you for the
Hey.
opportunity.
No. Thank you for coming and thank you for bringing, introducing us to your sister. I know we have a board here of people that we're gonna invite for podcasts, and one of your name came up thanks to Saul, and so appreciate you accepting the invite, making the time. I know you guys are busy people, so thank you guys for coming out here, and hopefully everybody watching at home, hopefully you guys got some value today. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about what it really is, the life behind somebody that makes content, somebody that's a social media person, even the musical side of things, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys continue to just get value from our videos, because here at FFC, our goal is to empower you guys with knowledge, with skill sets, with vehicles for you guys to just grow and be better and do things that you guys want to do in your life. And so by bringing people like La Texana today that has actually created success for herself, hopefully you guys can learn some of the tips that she did to be able to do that for yourself at home. So ahí nos vemos. Con eso concluimos este podcast. Muchas gracias. We'll see you soon. Make sure you like and subscribe. Aquí vamos a poner toda su información de la Texana and los amigos de la cuadra para que los vayan y sigan. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys
See
for your
soon.
time.
Bye.